Hi, it's Risa Liu. Today we are going to make a quick and easy chicken recipe using some Korean spices. Let's get started. We'll just do a quick review of our ingredients today. We have soy sauce, toasted sesame oil, I have sugar in the raw, extra virgin olive oil, ginger, garlic, and some chicken breast. I have here 1.3 pounds of chicken breast, but anything within the range of 1 to 1.5 pounds will work. I'm just using one big clove of garlic. You can always use more garlic if you prefer. I just want a little bit of garlic flavoring. You want to try and mince this as best you can. But since we are cooking it, it doesn't have to be super fine. And then just put it here in this bowl where we're going to mix up the sauce together. So for the ginger, I used about half a teaspoon of ginger. Just mince it up and mix it in with your garlic. It's a really wonderful flavor with the chicken, so I would not suggest being stingy on it. Okay, so let's finish up our marinade slash sauce here. We're going to use a tablespoon of sugar. We're going to have a lovely tablespoon here of soy sauce. Finally, our toasted sesame oil. Another tablespoon in there. All right, let's just mix this up. We're going to cut these into small pieces that are 1 inch long and 2 inches wide. Okay, this is why you shouldn't do things from memory. I've left some things out. So, we actually in total are going to need 3 tablespoons of our soy sauce. So let's add 2 more. All right, that's looking better. I'm also going to add a tablespoon of mirin, which is a sweet Japanese cooking wine. You can always use another wine if you prefer. This is what I have on hand. And finally, we're going to use a teaspoon of lemon juice. Fresh lemon juice is obviously better, but this will work for today. Let's mix this up really good now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is put just a little bit of this marinade in here. Okay, the reason for being stingy with the marinade is because it has sugar in it and it will just burn right when we put it in there. So I know we've got just a little bit of it here, so we're just gonna mix this up and get a little bit of it on the chicken. I just used like 1.5 spoons full of this marinade. I'm gonna sit this to the side and get ready to pan fry this chicken. So to cook our chicken, we are gonna start with our heat at medium high. Once it starts getting a bit hotter, we can always turn it down to medium, but we will start with medium high. Now let's start off by using a couple of teaspoons of, I have just extra virgin olive oil. Any kind of cooking oil will work. Just a couple of quick pointers. I try to make sure that my chicken is cut evenly. However, I am not the most perfect person when it comes to cutting chicken. So the big thing you want to focus on is that your chicken is all cooking evenly. So if you see a larger piece needs more time to cook, make sure that you get it cooked all the way through. A thermometer is really helpful in making sure your chicken is to the right temperature. This is looking nice and hot. I'm going to put all of my chicken in. Now you want to make sure that your chicken is spread out, of course. Now normally you might want to salt your chicken. In this case you don't want to because we've got so much soy sauce that we're going to add to it. We're going to cook it 2 minutes on one side and then we're going to change sides. Our chicken's been cooking about 2 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and flip these pieces over. We're going to want these to cook on this side for about 2 minutes again. Alright, these have been cooking another 2 minutes. Let's kind of flip them over and check how they're doing. That one. I'm going to turn the heat down just to medium. Keep them cooking. This again is a 2-minute interval that we're cooking in here. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes. You really want to start checking your Temperature of your pieces, make sure you don't point it directly down. We're looking for 165. So it looks like that piece isn't quite ready yet. That one is. We're going to go ahead and mix in the rest of our sauce here. Now we really just want it on here about a minute, so we need to just check some of these pieces to see how they're doing. There we go, that one's at 168 now, so that's good. We know that's good. 67. All right, so these are all looking good and done. I'm actually going to turn the heat just to low. Now we've had this in here about a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and turn all the pieces over so that this sauce gets nicely cooked on them. Now we're not trying to get the sauce to evaporate. We just want to make sure that it's getting cooked into the chicken some. So like I said, at this point we know the chicken is done. We just really want it to be as savory as possible. I'm just going to let it cook this way about 3.5 minutes just to make sure it's absorbing as much of the sauce as it can. One last minute on medium-high just to get everything nice and cooked and coated. All right, let's go ahead and take it off the heat and get ready to plate. Okay, let's taste our chicken. This is really good. There's lots of flavor. The ginger is my favorite part. I hope you try and make one. Thanks for joining me.